begin and end with the offensive wizardry of James Harden, the league's MVP in 2018. Now, some people have said they don't like watching that style with one player dominating the basketball. But Kevin, James Harden is that good, that talented, that efficient, and that successful. And playing through him may be the best way for the Rockets.
So I'm going to be.
To be successful as well.
It's tough to stop. You're right, DA. Thank you. And quite a few players out of the lineup, taking a look at who's out for both teams.
A long list of injuries coming into this game. You look at all those names unavailable. Pretty daunting.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Morris, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there. P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the small forward.
And thinking back to last postseason, the Clippers did not back down to the Warriors at all.
Well, L.A. was a much more physical team. I think they knew going in that the only way that they had a shot was to be disruptive, and they brought that on both ends of the floor, and that was going against a healthy Kevin Durant at the time. They took 2 games last year in that series, and the way in which they played, that spirit might have caught the attention of one Paul George and one Kawhi Leonard.
Now the Clippers with it. To the paint. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, there are some ways to fire up your teammates. That right there is one of them, thanks to Kawhi Leonard.
Down low. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy great, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots. He misses the free throw. Brent, 2 explosive backcourts. When you were playing, who was the toughest guard that you found to defend?
Well, I would start off with a guy named Allen Iverson. And the reason that I start with that, Kevin. Well, the reason I start with Kevin is I just saw the back of the jersey all the time. So I remember Iverson, clear as day. But if I went deeper, I would tell you guarding the Hall of Famer Mitch Richmond at the time when he was playing for the Sacramento Kings. They would run an offensive set, much like the Reggie Miller, multiple screens by a bunch of guys who were big and strong. That was not good for me to try to fight through those kind of screens. But if you gave Mitch Richmond 8 inches, 2 points.
And Richmond was strong and had bulk to his body.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
I can see the bruising. And here are the Rockets now, following the miss by Marcus Morris from deep.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Now, here's George. Rebounded by Tucker.
That was some very intimidating, aggressive defense that really helped alter that shot.
Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And there's the foul. It will go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And Leonard gets it to go.
Now, Kawhi does damage from the mid-range and from the inside and gets challenged to make threes. But he can do that too.
Passes it to House. This one for 3. Offensive rebound. Feeds to Tucker. Second shot opportunity. And the rejection by Zubac. And George, here we go. Beverly for three. It's rebounded by Houston. House kicks to Harden. Takes a three. The Rockets again can't hit.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Leonard finds George. Back to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. Beverly for three. Rebound by House.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
It's good. Harden's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Got it. He's now 3 for 5 from the field.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now, Kevin. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
And George, here we go. And here's Leonard from three. And he's good on the three ball. Leonard's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Clippers. Westbrook passes to Harden. He tries for three. And it's Westbrook missing. Stolen by Harden. Goes to the reverse layup and traps it in. Harden's got 8 points.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Outside Leonard. Jacks up a three. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Sorry.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Andrew Shamet comes in for Morris. Williams, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Count that one. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Wide open look. Another one falls for the Clippers.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And to have someone, Brent, with the size and the strength of Green play with the energy he does, it's a huge boost to any team.
Yeah, lots of talk last year about JaMychal Green really stepping into his own, starting to really own what it is he can do to impact any given game. He's a bit of a journeyman. He's traveled around a little bit between San Antonio and Memphis. But his role with the Clippers last year really put him in a nice spot for him to show off his skill set.
And it's Carroll with the ball for the Rockets. They trail by 1. To the middle. And Bly. That one goes careening off the glass.
And that's the thing we know about Leonard. As a defender, on the ball, off the ball, he's rarely out of any play. And there are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
And the Rockets with possession here after the basket by Los Angeles. They get it back. Carroll passes to Green. McLemore with the ball. Three-pointer. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
13 feet away. And it's off the back rim. No good.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Tries again. And it's laid up and in by Carroll.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Jackson finds Williams. Leonard with no one around. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. 14 points for Leonard.
Well, he doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
The shot by Carroll, no good.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And we talk about Lou Williams being one of those herky-jerky players, unpredictable at how he's going to score, but he will score.
And Williams drops them both.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Here's Rivers. No good from outside. All going up court. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Jackson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Landry Shamet. Then it's Williams. And it's Green in at the center position. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Carroll.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Shamet, good on the triple. Shamet's got 7.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Count that bucket.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Clippers leading by 5. Right side, Williams lets it go with a 3. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Carroll hammers it down right over the D.
And the athleticism always been NBA caliber. Carroll showing it off there with the finish.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. With social media, extended TV coverage, lots of distractions for these players, Brent. But some do a terrific job of blocking all that out and keeping their focus.
I think the roles and responsibilities of teams is changing around exactly what you're talking about, Kevin. You have to have people within your organization that help these players understand where it is that they have to focus most. And that is your job on the floor. And so really good organizations are educating the players on that. They're not just relying on the agents or outside sources. Teams are trying to get in there and impact guys at a young age to make sure that, as you said, that noise is not part of their beginning part of their career.
Don't make it a distraction.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Harden inside the three-point line. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Clippers go the other way with it.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Connects from three-point range.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Tucker can't get it to go. Clippers leading by 9, and there's the pass to Beverly. Outside for George. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Tucker dishes to Harden. To end the run. Second chance shot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Rockets have missed both free throws they've attempted tonight.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Both free throws good from Tucker. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Beverly. Westbrook with the steal. And here comes House, leading the fast break. Back to Harden. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender in rebounding.
And Morris drops them both. Rockets trail by 10. Right side, Westbrook. It's deflected. Pass to Tucker. Back to Covington. Houston moving it around. Offensive rebound. Pass to Westbrook. Another shot. He can't hit that time.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Nobody near George. Cans it from downtown. George has got the lead up to 13 now for Los Angeles. Well, Brent, you look at the explosive numbers George has put up. A lot of it has to do with how he runs the pick and roll.
Incredible at his size and his ability to read the defenses in pick and roll situation. Anytime there's a defender that decides to go under on Paul George from the perimeter, he can let that thing rip from the three-point line. Last year, I think you saw him with the most poise that he's ever played with in his career. I expect that to continue.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Looking to end the run. And finished off by Westbrook.
Russell getting to the rim. One of my favorite things to watch the entire season.
Los Angeles leading by 13. Beverly finds Jackson. And the wide open shot from Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morris has got 5 points now this quarter.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
I mean, the guy is just cut from another cloth. No one is as competitive as Russell Westbrook. You know he's going to answer back.
Houston's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. And the shot goes in.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
And here's Morris for 3. The Rockets pull it in.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Tucker. Off the mark and a chance to trim it to single digits. Here's George. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. George has got 8 points.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
Covington, the bounce pass. From deep, Harden. He can't get that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. At one point, they let. Now, here's Zubac. Back to Jackson. Tucker with the ball. Lets it go from deep. Drills it from outside. He has 5. Just 4 seconds left to play in the first half. And so it's Los Angeles going into the break with a 10-point lead. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 10. Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers? And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Swiped away. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. PJ Tucker is out there with Robert Covington. And it's House in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Inside, Morris. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Covington, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Marcus Morris picks one up there. The moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what you look for all the time in replays when you see that call, it's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter player that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up.
Yeah.
Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
And it's Harden with the ball for Houston. It's a 10-point game. And Harden hit the stuff.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Zubac kicks to Beverly. That three off the mark.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
And he gets the bucket. Covington's got 6 points.
And you got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Morris. And Morris throws it down.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
Over to the wing. Houston moving it around. Leonard with the steal and pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Beverly. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And now it's a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Well, you knew that Kawhi Leonard would be a huge name in the free agency market last summer, especially after winning his second Finals MVP.
And Kawhi let the pieces fall before making his decision. Was the last major free agent to choose where he was going to play. Ended up shaking up the NBA in the process by joining the Clippers.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Green comes in for Ivica Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. To the inside. And there's Green on the assist from Leonard.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
It's tipped. Here's Clemens, and he banks in the layup.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
George passes to Williams. Count the basket. He's got 7.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Clemens. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Corner shot. Again, Los Angeles.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Carroll. Makes it off the glass. Carroll's got 8 points.
And how about Carroll using his size there, taking it strong inside?
Morris passes to Leonard. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Rivers kicks to House. Back to Rivers. On deep. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Leonard's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
During his career, Lou Williams has been a decent threat from the three-point line, around 35%. Good at stretching out the court.
Rivers, and it's sent back by George. And they get it back. Here's Clemens. Hits the three-point bomb.
Timeout. Over the taller defender. This is why you have to stay connected to shooters on the perimeter.
Yeah, that effort just not good enough, because even if that defender was a bit taller, the shooter already locked in.
Houston making some changes. Green, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Then McLemore comes in for Danuel House. And it's James Harden in for Austin Rivers. And then for Los Angeles, Landry Shamet comes in for Marcus Morris. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Paul George.
That's tough, because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Here's Shamet. 15 points in the game. On the wing, Williams. From past the arc, a three-pointer is right on target. Williams has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Clippers. Passes it to McLemore. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Leonard kicks to Jackson. They get it back, and Green is right there.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Rockets trail by 17. From deep, Harden. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got 7 rebounds in the game. He dishes it to Jackson. Lets the 3 fly. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game. Houston's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Carroll finds Harden, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Harden's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game, 1 in each half.
And Williams is right there. And the Clippers lead by 19.
Lou Williams is got it going. Look out.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Carroll. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Green's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Harden inside the three-point line. Another miss by Harden. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. From the field, they have been out. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Rockets trail by 19. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Landry Shamet is out there with Green. Then there's Jackson. And it's Zubac in at the 5. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That is his first foul of the game. Now the feed to Beverley. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverley is one of them.
And Patrick Beverley always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverley plays on, you're going to have to go through them.
Count it. Good. 9 points for Russell Westbrook.
Well, the defenses are geared up to prevent Westbrook from getting to that position, so he just goes ahead and takes it.
Shamet. No good with the triple. And so Green will bring it up for the Houston Rockets, trailing by 19. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. Free throw good. James Harden.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017, won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season. Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Jackson, that's good.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Harden dishes to Covington. Back to Harden. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
Giving up a run here. Can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a 4th? I'm not sure.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Robert Covington. And Bahamute comes in for James Harden. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Through the contact from long range, and he almost got the hoop to fall. Instead, he'll shoot 3 at the line. Beverly finds Noah. Shot from 12. Patterson. Chandler with the block.
That's what he does, Tyson Chandler, redirecting that one.
Will it go? And Rivers with the basket on the assist from Van Mute. Rivers has got his first points in this one. Los Angeles leading by 23. Here's Patterson. And it's off from three-point range. Launches a 3. Drops in the tray.
Well, the defense very attentive to him in the first quarter, but he's finally gotten loose in the second and making them pay.
Here's Magruder. Chandler with the block. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Lays it up off the glass.
I like that. Staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Here's Magruder. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Rivers passes to McLemore. Stolen by Beverly. One-on-one here. Beyond the arc. And the call will be against Joakim Noah. That is his first foul of the game. Rockets trail by 18. Here's Rivers. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Here's Mann. Tries to save it. Los Angeles with another miss.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often.
Green kicks to Chandler. A second chance effort, and the layup is up and in.
And how about Chandler muscling his way through that time and focusing on still converting?
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger.
And it doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
And that one is good. That's 10 points for Paul George.
And providing the score, boy, they needed. That stops a 12-0 run by the Rockets.
House. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Daniel House. And so House nails both of them. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. Leonard dishes to George. Back to Leonard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. He feeds it to Beverly. Stolen by Tucker. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Here's Harden. Buries it down low. Harden's got 6 here in this quarter.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
Poked away. Covington kicks to Harden. And a miss there on the triple. Clippers leading by 11. Now Zubac fires the 3. Rebound by House. 1:04 left here in the fourth quarter. Harden the pass to Clemens. The 3. And James Harden hits from deep.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
The 3 from George. but they recover it. Goes back up. Count it.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Outside, House, and another three for Houston.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Yes, that goes in. And the Clippers lead by 9.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Clemens. The Rockets again can't hit. Here's Los Angeles now. Well, for the Clippers, they can just run out the clock. Williams gets the bucket.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
From deep three-point range. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have...
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Smitty, we have a good rivalry game tonight with two conference foes. This should be a beauty.
Yes, indeed. I think the fans feel it. The coaches feel it. Us as announcers, we feel it. The atmosphere is going to be great.
It is indeed. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Marcus Morris. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Now here's Harden. Passes to Covington. From the corner. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
A three from Morris. Bangs home the trifecta.
Give him a lot of credit. He's always looking to be aggressive on the offensive end.
Harden the pass to Tucker. Back to Harden. Outside Westbrook. The three. The shot off that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Morris has got 5 points so far.
And the confidence of Morris, even with the hand in his face, he knows he can deliver.
Bucket is good.
Well, you like how aggressive he is, making a play at the rim against length.
And let's forget the height disadvantage. He brings the effort and he brings the energy. The defense seized up just a little bit there, and it cost him dearly.
And here's Harden for three. Morris with the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And there's Paul George on the assist by Morris.
Yeah, and an excellent pass by Morris, a guy known for his finishing ability, but he also has the skills to facilitate. And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on...
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
The Clippers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
And that was a risky pass. Fortunate that the D didn't get that one. It was in the air for a long time.
And it's Beverly missing. Houston's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside.
Well, a lot of players can get hot, but nobody can match Harden when he gets locked in. The way he can create space and drill shots from deep, really impossible to guard.
Westbrook double team. Back to Harden. Shot clock at 3. Offensive rebound. Covington. They shoot again. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Outside for George. Los Angeles with another miss. And with Harden, he not only gets hot for a game, but stays hot, Greg, for longer periods of time.
And you saw that last year with his streak of 30 and 40-point games. For weeks, he can dominate and really frustrate defenses, and there isn't anything you can do about
it. Lays it up and banks it in. Harden's got 6.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game. Just doing the job on the backboard.
There's the triple. Here's Tucker. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Second chance shot, and Morris with the lay-in. He's got 9.
In case anyone was wondering, this is what it looks like when you're in the zone. He hasn't missed one all quarter.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out some easy buckets.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Morris. Williams, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Green finds Carroll. Back to Green. And Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Nobody near Leonard. No good that time. And it's Houston the other way. Here's Green. Pass to Carroll. Back to Green. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
And what was more fun to watch last season than Patrick Beverly checking Kevin Durant in the playoffs?
Patrick Beverly's energy and fight gave the Clippers a chance every night. Obviously, the Warriors' talent won out, but the Clippers made them work every step of the way.
Here's Carroll. Goes up high for the 2-handed dunk.
Carroll doesn't throw it down too often, but he's more than capable, as he showed there.
Clippers have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Jackson from long range. Great positioning on the putback.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Carroll passes to Green. Back to Carroll. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Carroll's got his second basket of the game.
Carroll can be so patient inside. Great timing on that play.
He gets that one.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Rockets trail by 3. 27 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. To the paint, here's Green, and Green slams it in.
Skying high, one of his advantages as an undersized forward.
The Rockets shooting their first free throw of the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
From deep, Williams with the putback. Carroll with the rebound. Rivers passes to Clemens. From deep. That shot is off. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter, Clark. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Landry Shamet. Then it's Williams. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Green in at the center position. They grabbed their own miss. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Quick off the floor for these offensive rebounds. Green's 7'2" wingspan. It helps him snatch them.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
That's tipped. The pass to Rivers. Shoots the three. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second. And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Marcus Morris is checked in for Leonard, and it's Paul George in for Williams.
And really, on top of all else Harden does for you at this end, he's a tremendous free throw shooter, around 85% for his career. Clutch.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Daniel House is checked in for Ben McLemore, and Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Rivers. The Clippers also making some changes. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Green, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level 6th man for the rest of his career.
George, no good. Rockets on offense. They're on an 11-2 run. Harden finds Tucker. Wants to get it to Westbrook, and does. Over Beverley, and the rejection by Zubac. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Harden can't hit.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, Houston. And here's Morris for 3.
With floor spacing at a premium, they need him to hit these shots. Made just that one in the first.
Harden gets the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Zubac kicks to Morris. A three-pointer off the mark.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
It's good. And now it's an 11-point Rocket lead. Well, this term load management now is something you hear about, read about all the time, Steve. You think we'll ever see the regular season shortened by a few games?
You know, Commissioner Silver has talked about it, and it's been thrown around 75 games. I will say the NBA has done a fantastic job, along with the Players Association. There's longer off seasons. I mean, and there are also longer time throughout the All-Star games, and it's not as many back-to-backs.
But they'll get another chance. Shamet finds Zubac. They get the rebound. There's the 3. Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. Rockets leading by 11. Deflects the pass. Stolen by George. Covington against Beverley. Banked in off the glass.
Explosive first step off the bounce. Beverley has the speed to do this.
Pass to Covington. Back to Harden. Passes it to Westbrook. He kicks to Tucker. Houston moving the ball around. And here's Harden for 3. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists in the game. Pass to Harden. Here is House. Defended by George. Tries a 3. Here's Covington. Here's Tucker. Got it. Good job in the low post. Tucker's got the lead up to 14 now for the Rockets.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless. Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, JaMychal Green comes in for Ivica Zubac. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Landry Shamet. Count that one.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. Here's Covington, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Covington's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
George passes to Jackson. Beverly wide open. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
For three, Westbrook. The three from Harden. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
Here's Covington. Harden outside. Here is House, defended by George. Westbrook, no good.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the deep one.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
It's his first trip to the line. That's good from Westbrook. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Out to Morris. For the 3. That shot off. And so it's Houston in command with a 16-point.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 20 points, 4 rebounds, and that.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. E.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Now, here's Westbrook. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, so far, this cold night from the field has not affected their ability to maintain this lead.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
And it's Beverly missing. Houston leading by 16.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
Down low. Zubac finds Beverly. Drains the three-pointer. Beverly's got 5 points now this quarter.
Very consistent from long distance. Beverly a floor spacer offensively.
Westbrook passes to Covington. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Zubac with it. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Takes the 3. The Rockets pull it in. Covington's got his 6th rebound on the night. Westbrook against Zubac. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Here's Harden, and it's sent back by Leonard.
Yeah, that shot gets jacked. Great anticipation by the Claw.
Knocked away. Stolen by Westbrook. And he converts the layup. Westbrook's got 6.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Marcus Morris. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And the pass to Beverly. Launches it. That's his 7th miss in 12 shot attempts. Here's Clemens. And yes, it's good.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Hey, Smitty, every NBA player has their Mount Rushmore. Every NBA fan does. The 4 players they consider the best of all time. So I'll ask you, who is on your NBA Mount Rushmore?
I would say Michael Jordan, Kevin, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kobe Bryant. Those are my 4.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Beverly against Harden. Here's the 3. It's not going to go for him. And Houston the other way now.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Pass to Covington. Leonard with the steal. And George, here we go. Here's Shamet. And again, no good by the Clippers. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Rockets. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. And Tucker kicks to Harden. Pass to McLemore. 6 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. The shot, no good. They tee that time from Leonard. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That's his first foul. Stolen by Harden.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they start valuing the basketball.
And good that time. Harden's got 23 points.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
Timeout called, the Rockets. Ivica Zubac may not block a lot of shots, but Smitty, he is still a solid defender.
What Zubac does is a great job of challenging players at the rim and provides great help from the weak side. He does rack up a lot of defensive fouls, but hopefully that decreases with time.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Jeff Green, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Damari Carroll comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Austin Rivers in for James Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Now the pass to Clemens. Green dishes to Rivers. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Clippers trail by 18. Pass to Williams. From outside the arc. Carroll with the rebound.
He's an okay long-range shooter, but not with a defender right in his face.
The dish now to McLemore. Here's Clemens. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the deep.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
And he makes that one.
This is what Leonard gives you. Reliable, productive, churns out positive plays.
Rivers against Williams. It's good from long range. 6 points for Austin Rivers.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Out to the wing. Now here's McLemore outside. And another three for Houston.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
The flat-out speed of Reggie Jackson. No struggles getting to the rim and then doing something about it when he gets there.
McLemore, no good.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Back to Rivers. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Rockets lead by. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Williams is out there with Jackson. Then it's JaMychal Green. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Westbrook passes to Rivers. Right side, Westbrook uncovered. The offensive rebound. House. 2 points. That one goes. House has got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Rockets.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
Dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Houston making some changes. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Green. And it's James Harden in for Austin Rivers.
You look at the trajectory of Williams' career. 2nd-round pick. Started slow, but his game has aged like a fine wine.
A nice shot by Tucker.
Nice job. Those passes have to be right on the money around the painted area.
Morris passes to Leonard. Here is House. Guarded by Jackson.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Inside, and it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Morris. And that's 10 points for Leonard.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
House kicks to Westbrook. And some nice passing there by Houston. Got a piece of it. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Morris with the ball. And Morris throws it down.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
From deep, Harden. Kept alive by Houston. Here is House. It's stolen by Morris. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. That one goes. Counted.
Timeout. Though he has a score-first mindset, Williams not a bad setup man.
Timeout called. The Rockets.
And maybe the biggest story of this summer, where would Kawhi Leonard be headed in free agency? A player of his caliber commands that kind of media scrutiny.
And the Rockets making a change here. Covington's checked in. And then for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Green. Landry Shamet comes in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson.
3 straight baskets in transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
Greg, you talk about the media focus for Kawhi Leonard. Not exactly something he embraces.
Not at all. As a kid on his birthdays, he'd shutter himself in his room because he didn't want the attention. To this day, he lets his play do the talking. And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Tucker finds Harden. Fires from deep. That one's not going to go.
Not in rhythm. He had the 2 triples in the first half. None so far in the second.
For 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Harden's got 26.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
For 3, Westbrook. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
You know, when you're raining threes, you can stack up points in a hurry, but it can go the other way as well.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. From deep three-point range, they get it again.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Tucker, the pass to Covington. Smitty, you played with the U.S. national team. Would you say they allow more physicality in FIBA than they do in the NBA?
No, I think, Kevin, different parts of the game, there's more physicality. Like on the free throw line, boxing out. Like going up for rebounds, they let a lot more than we're used to go. But usually the NBA players adjust and they find their way.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And the shot goes down. Noah's got his first 2 points.
Dumping the ball down to Noah is a good decision. He has length, passing ability, and he can score.
From deep, McLemore nailed from three-point land.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Houston.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for James Harden.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel. And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Here's Noah. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. .50 seconds left in the fourth. And it's the Rockets with the ball. McLemore with the ball. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Here is Mbah a Moute. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Here's Mann. And some very quick points for him on that possession. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for Houston. Houston moving the ball around. It's rebounded by Noah.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
And McLemore kicks to Caboclo. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
So we see Houston taking the W here. And the outcome of this one, thank you, David. Great.